Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Delancey and today I am talking about my top 5 most anticipated new releases for the remainder of 2019. So to make this as organized as possible, I'm just going to go in the order of when these books are released, starting with the month of June. So in June, I am most excited to read Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. This is going to be released on June 25th, so 5 days before my birthday and probably before I get around to posting this video. Wicked Fox is a fantasy romance novel that is set in modern day South Korea. We follow Mi-young, who is an 18-year-old gumiho, which is a nine-tailed fox. Now, in order for Mi-young to survive, she has to routinely feast on the energy of male humans. In order to sustain herself but remain undetected in this modern world, she mainly targets criminals throughout the city of Seoul. However, one day, Mi-young boldly decides to save the life of a young human boy out in a forest. In the event, she loses her fox speed, which in turn means she loses her gumiho soul. The two eventually form a friendship which blossoms into a romance, but the opportunity arises for Mi-young to reclaim her fox speed, and she has to make the decision between leading an immortal gumiho life or a mortal life with this human boy. This book sounds super interesting. I am very excited to read it. It looks like it is the first book in the gumiho series, which is what it's titled over on Goodreads. I am also currently second in line for the hold waiting list, so over at my library, so I will definitely be reading this book very soon and I can't wait. The second book I'm going to be talking about will be released on July 2nd, and that is Teen Titans Raven by Cami Garcia and Gabriel Piccolo. This is the first book in a graphic novel series published by DC Inc., and it is all about the Teen Titans. First book centers on Raven. I take it that this is like her origin story and what her life was like prior to the formation of the Teen Titans. Apparently none of the other Titans are mentioned throughout this novel. At age 17, Raven and her foster mother experience some freak accident that kills her foster mother, and Raven has no recollection of what happened. Raven is then shipped off to New Orleans, where she has to live with her foster mother's family as well as finish out her final year of high school. It seems to me this story is very coming of age. It's about Raven making new friends with her family members as well as making new friends with kids at school. At the same time, she's piecing together what happened the night of the accident, as well as coming to terms with this growing sense of darkness inside. It sounds very interesting and I would love to give this graphic novel a try. I'm not a huge superhero fan, however, Teen Titans has always held a very special place in my heart and was very integral to my childhood. In middle school, back when I wore like Etnies shoes and played Legend of Zelda with the neighborhood boys on the weekend, we would always watch the original cartoon version of the Teen Titans over on Cartoon Network. I always really related to Raven, even though I look more like a Starfire these days. It has just been confirmed that the second book in the series will be released in 2020, and it is all about Beast Boy, another character that I love. I think it would be great to jump on this series now and follow along in real time. There have been some mixed reviews on Goodreads. Some people love it, other people feel like the plot is meh and the writing is choppy. None of that really matters to me. How can I not give this a try? And I hope to do that very soon. Moving right into August. On August 6th, we have the release of House of Salt and Sorrows by Aaron A. Craig. And this book looks spooky. This is about a manor by the sea where a family lives. They have 12 daughters, but 4 of them have already been killed off in odd, mysterious sort of ways. Everyone in the town believes that this family has a curse over them, but one of the daughters, our protagonist, Annalie, begins having these dark, ghostly visions that have her suspecting that maybe these aren't accidents after all. Meanwhile, the rest of her sisters are continuously going out and partying and hanging out with these very odd, mysterious groups of people, and Annalie can't help but wonder who or what these people are that her family is so frequently interacting with. She teams up with a mysterious, strange boy, and the two of them try and solve the mystery behind these crazy accidents before Annalee is the next to be killed off. It sounds very twisted, very creepy. I think I will want to read this during the month of October, right around Halloween. The reviews on Goodreads have been stellar, so sign me up. Next book on my list is Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. This is going to be released on September 3rd, and it is a YA fantasy novel. I don't know a whole lot about this book, but what I do know is that it takes place in a fictional city called Caesaren, I believe it's pronounced, where witches are a hated group and frequently hunted. Louise LeBlanc, she is a witch herself, but she goes into hiding for 2 years and swears off all magic. For some reason, some event brings her in cahoots with a religious man who is a witch hunter, and something happens where the two of them have to get married. I'm guessing that this is a hate to love situation, maybe some star-crossed lovers going on. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot, but it sounds like an awesome time, and I would love to read this book. All right, and the final book I'm going to be talking about will be released on December 3rd, and that is Dangerous Alliance by, it's either Janique or Jenique Cohen. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. This is the story of Lady Victoria Aston, and she is the youngest daughter of a high society, well-to-do family. Victoria's older sister has finally been married off to a wealthy man, and now that her family's estate is secure, Victoria thinks she can finally lead the life that she's always wanted to live and not feel pressured to marry anyone. Turns out her older sister's husband is a total cad, and now Victoria has to marry someone in order to save her family from utter destitute. Victoria has very little experience in the dating world, so she relies on Jane Austen novels to navigate through polite society courting, lots of boy drama. She has a couple male suitors, however, Victoria feels that they are all suspicious in their own unique ways. Meanwhile, a slew of mysterious accidents start cropping up that have Victoria wondering if maybe someone is plotting against her that doesn't want her to marry, or may even be trying to kill her. I love a good story about high society, so this book is definitely for me. I'm getting Downton Abbey vibes. This book also reminds me of A Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. It sounds action-packed, but also comical. I would love to read this book for my next winter break, maybe during January or February. Now, before I wrap this video up, I want to do a quick honorable mention for a nonfiction book that was released in 2019. This book was released back in January, however, it's still on my radar and I do hope to getting around to it, and that is Dressing on the Side by Jacqueline London. Jacqueline London is a registered dietitian and the nutrition director for Good Housekeeping. In this book, she debunks common myths as well as common mental roadblocks that patients often experience while trying to reach weight loss and nutrition goals. This book has been categorized as an anti-diet book, and instead London provides you with simple strategies that are actually backed by science to help you make more mindful food choices throughout the day. Some of these strategies include how to spot fake nutrition news, as well as the concept of eating until you are satisfied versus until you are uncomfortably full. As I have mentioned in previous videos, I do try to read some nutrition books outside of my regular schooling. I am still trying to build my own philosophy as a nutrition professional, and I just feel like I can give the best service to my future clients and my future patients the more I expose myself to all of the ideologies out there in the world. The nutrition field is so vast and so quickly growing and constantly contradicting itself. I'm not sure yet if I agree with everything Jacqueline London has to say, but I definitely want to give her work a try and see what she recommends. I think it would be a very insightful read, and hopefully I can get around to it very soon. All right, you guys, that's gonna do it for this video. If you are interested in reading any of these new releases as well, definitely comment down below and let me know what you are most anticipating. I would love to hear all your thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!